Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Fitness Headspace Podcast. By this time, you should know who we are. But if you're new, let me go ahead and say what's up to y'all. I am your favorite coach, Monique. King over here is Deion Avril, and we're here to give you guys everything fitness, nutrition, mindset, all wrapped into one little nice headspace bubble. So today, y'all, we're kind of keeping the conversation as far as food going. I know we had last discussed about the earth that you have in your cabinet, give you, the nice healing properties to it. Still talking about food, but in a different capacity. So this week we're kind of going over how to actually shop better for your food and shop seasonal. Because I think we all know that, certain foods are meant to grow during certain times, but we don't exactly know which foods grow in what times for our areas and why we should even care. So we're going to go ahead and have this conversation today. So to kind of give you guys a general idea. So of course, as we probably can also realize, everything is very much ran by convenience now. A lot of fast food, a lot of quick meals, quick grabs, whatever like that. And so when that happens, as far as like what the consumers want, then you have farmers and other like food plants who see that demand and try to, work things out to make the supply match it with the demand. So you have more foods that are really available year round that before were only available when they were actually naturally grown seasonally. And mind you, like this very industrialization of our food consumption is still a fairly new thing. It's only been around for the last 50 to 100 years. So more recently, we've kind of gone into being able to want to manufacture our own produce and all those kind of things. And so even though it's hard to be convenienced, we're still going to try to tell you guys the reasons why you do want to be mindful about when you shop for certain produce and why it works better for you in the long run. So of course I'm gonna let Deion go ahead and just roll us right into these first few points and let the folks know what they should be looking out for.
Well, for sure. So, just a quick little heads up. Pardon me, y'all. It's raining super crazy. So, just in case you hear any background, that's what's going on. But yeah, so one of the things is like, for example, your food tastes a lot better when we do decide to eat in those certain seasons and we do get an ideal of when, certain things are produced at the right times when they should be, on that normal rotation. So, one of the things that we don't really think about, and it's funny, even thinking about it right now, like something as simple as strawberries, right? You'll go and grab them when they're usually out of season. They don't taste right. Like there's strawberries, but it's like,
Right.
there's it doesn't hit that, it doesn't hit right, as opposed to like the normal times when you're actually, this is the best time to have them. And that's their season. They're like amazing. Like out here, we get a lot of ours from Plant City. And they're like some of the best strawberries ever. It doesn't matter which one you pick up, you taste it. It's like, yeah, this is succulent. Like it's right. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that we really have to be mindful of. Now, the main difference between, like, for example, getting something from, we talk about like farmers markets and your industrial type stores, is the fact that because it's based off of more like mass production, supply and demand, a lot of these companies and different, businesses. Uh-oh. There you go. We got you back. Cool. A lot of these different places, including different countries that we're being, that we're importing some of these products from, they use all different type of chemicals, ripening agents, in different ways to try to mimic, that same being ripe at that time, or what they call like, oh my God, what's it called? Flash. Oh my God. I can't remember. It's not flash frozen. It's flash something. I think the nickname of it, for it is flashing it, to where they do hit those ripening agents, or not even a ripening agent. It's more of an agent to where it reduces the ripening more so. So it's able to travel longer. So if it's coming from Ecuador, Nicaragua, or wherever the case is, by the time it gets there, it's cool. Even if you guys ever pay attention, like, look at the avocados, like your Haas avocados, and as you're you're picking them, a lot of them on like your main stores, they're super, like, they're hard, they're nowhere near ripe, right? And then it's not until you take it home. So I always thought about to myself, I'm like, how do you guys have a shit ton of avocados and none of them are going bad at all, ever? You know what I mean? Like, that should be a little bit more concerning. So that's one of the things. And the main reason why they do that is to, for the shelf life as well too. Now, the next thing is the fact that you're going to have a lot more nutrients as well too. So one of the things that a lot of people don't think about is if you don't give, and it's just like even a mother and a baby, right? If you don't give the baby enough time to develop, the baby becomes premature. It's lacking certain nutrients, things of that sort. It's the same thing with your food, right? So if you grow these things and try to eat them or consume them prematurely, what ends up happening is the fact that you're not going to get its full effects as far as, you know, the nutrient density, all the different benefits that you get along with it as well too. So I think it's kind of one of those things where you really have to think about it in the long run. Yeah, it might be beneficial because you get it now. We live in a society where we like things right now. Thank you, Amazon. No shade thrown. But now we're in a position where we expect things to have it this way, but not realize that it's kind of like a positive and a negative. So yes, you get it right there and then, but you're not going to get the full potential of, you know, that vitamin C, vitamin K, anything of that sort as well too. Another one is the fact that lower cost, right? So lower cost, especially with if you're able to eat them during season, that's the big thing. Because remember, when you don't eat them in season, it's a convenience. So to have them outside the season, of course they're going to hike prices up, just due to the fact that it's convenient to have it now. Like, hey, this is usually not around until May, June, but we got it in January, February. Like, I actually seen that happen. It's funny that we're talking about that now. I love kiwis, sun gold kiwis specifically from New Zealand. I don't do any of the regular green ones or whatever. Yellow sun gold kiwis. And I started noticing that, of course, there's like a certain amount of months, just like any other fruit or berry, whatever the case is, that it'll be produced. And now all of a sudden we have it year round. But I started paying attention. A lot of the companies, the mimic companies or the mock companies, will make packaging just like the original ones, right? And then you'll just see at the bottom where it's from. I'm like, Italy doesn't grow. That's not where I get kiwis from. If it's not from New Zealand, it's not the same. You can even feel the texture is different. You know what I mean? So just pay attention that when something is in season, you're usually going to get more reasonable pricing. Until that supply and demand shoots up and it's going out of season, that's when you tend to pay a little bit more. And then one of the other things that I want to add in is less chemical contamination. So I've been really big on, you know, supporting like, you know, local farmers markets, things of that sort, or more locally chained, you know, locations, and not necessarily going into those mass stores, mainly because of that reason. Insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, these are all things that they're spraying on your food. And let's be honest, how many people really wash their produce
Properly.
in general? Properly at that, right? Okay. So think about all the things that you might find on it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. One time I went to a farmer's market. I bought some kale, I believe. And the kale, actually, we were talking that day. Actually, I lied. It was Publix. It was Publix, matter of fact. Publix. Ooh. Publix.
It's in the chat.
You see what I'm saying? No disrespect to y'all, but from Publix, seeing these small little white little worms and whatnot. Now, this is why they spray, you know, of course, a lot of their products. So it does, you know, it basically prevents that from happening. But at the same time, it's like, well, where's the quality control? Are we not washing these things properly? Are we not maintaining and handling things properly as well, too, inside the store? We're not in the field anymore. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're done growing all of this. So these are some things I want y'all to be very aware of, is the fact that a lot of the food that you eat, especially when we're talking about your produce section, a lot of it is sprayed. So there's a reason why it says wash before consuming, or wash before eating, or wash before storing. There's a reason to that. If you ever take grapes, right, and actually soak them in like baking soda and a little bit of salt and some water, look how the water, the color of the water changes. You know what I mean? Because of everything that it's stripping off, that wax. Same thing with apples, right? So these are all things to just be very aware of. But those are some of them. Joy, I don't know if you want to piggyback off of that for us.
Of course, you already know I do. So like the next big tip for you guys is that just because it's better for the environment to shop foods that are more seasonally grown. For one, help out to those local farmers, especially our local Black farmers, any minority farmers. We're always looking to have you guys stay supported, stay keeping them in business. And then also as far as the carbon footprint, because when you're having to have food shipped to your stores during the off season, that's a lot of transport by ship, by plane, by train, by pigeon. However they're going to get it to you, they will figure out a way for it to get to you. And of course, our cars now are not so like environmentally friendly. Climate change is a very real thing. Sorry to bust your bubble who thought it wasn't, but climate change is a very real and prevalent thing. So just being able to help, reduce that carbon footprint, even just a little bit, by making the demand more so for fresh, like actually seasonally grown foods. Because as soon as you decide that that's what you want, that will tell what all the farmers should do, what all these plants should do. They follow by your word. So putting that out there as well. And so kind of go into a few examples. So I picked out a few foods that I feel like people consume more often than not. Now, keep in mind, this is mostly for the Southeast region of the U.S. So if you do not live in the Southeast of the U.S., definitely Google, do your Googles, do your due diligence, and figure out what is actually grown locally for your area. But just for a few examples, you guys. So I love me some apples. Apples are naturally grown between the months of July and November. Asparagus tastes good, smells a little bit kind of funky afterwards, but best grown between March and June. Broccoli, come on now with a little cheese on top, between May to June, and then you have like a little break, and then October to like December is main growing seasons. Blueberries are from June to August. Cauliflower only October to December. And actually low-key shopping, I was like, I see cauliflower pretty much year round. And I thought, like, more of a summer
Hold
kind
on,
of
one more
vegetable.
time, Joy. One more time.
Sorry, what?
You went out just a little bit. You said, what about you stopped at cauliflower?
Yeah, so cauliflower is grown between October and December. So if you guys are seeing cauliflower on your shelves outside of those 3 months, just know that it's being imported from somewhere else. Your citrus fruits are actually naturally grown between November to January. And that's actually by design, because fruits like that help us as far as our antioxidants, helping to fight off like flus and colds. So they're actually naturally made to grow during the colder months. Your collard greens, Southern Girls treasure, are pretty much grown year round, honestly and truly, but except for July to like September, it's not really its growing season, but pretty much any of the other months, you can actually naturally find some collard greens in your area. Garlic goes with everything between May to October. So a good window when it comes to your garlic. So almost year round, you can pretty much find fresh garlic to be in your local stores. Grapes, as I was talking about earlier, actually grown between July and October naturally. But either still, whether in season or out, clean y'all produce off.
Please do.
Diligently. Green beans, May to November. Onions are from April to June. You have your array of peppers. Of course, is a huge array, but just like the more general, bell peppers are grown between June to September, and the potatoes from May to September. So kind of give you guys a few ideas of some foods that you may eat now, probably have eaten today, and kind of give you guys a good idea of, are the foods that I'm eating now actually the freshest option for me? Like, am I able to get my full nutrients? Am I able to avoid all these extra chemicals? Am I able to get that real succulent, sweet, savory, however the flavor is supposed to be? Am I really able to enjoy the food for its fullness, or am I getting like the off brand? Like, do you want real Gucci or you want fake Gucci? Like, what are we doing?
You want Gucci or you want Fuji? Which one?
You want Uchi Coochie or you want Gucci? What you want?
She took it there, y'all. I said Fuji. Gucci Fuji. But okay.
But I'm pretty sure y'all get the drift that we're making right here. So not a super long episode this week, but we're kind of just, getting started when it comes to the conversations of food. So we're going to be having these kind of videos come throughout the podcast. So if you have not already, like we say every time, go ahead and subscribe, because why would you not? Why would you not? You have everything you need as far as information, fitness, tip, nutrition, all in one place. So might as well go ahead and stay tapped in for it. But of course, let us know down below in the comment sections, what was your biggest takeaway from this week's episode? What foods did you did you eat today that you did not know weren't, actually produced in season? Or, this, and if you're not living like in the Southeast US region, let us know if you feel like, where you are. Like tell us like what's in season for you guys right now that you actually enjoy to eat. Please, like we just love this to have a good dialogue between you guys anyway. So any kind of conversation, go ahead and have it down below in the comment section. Deion, anything you want to add to today's episode?
No mas, no more. Not at all.
Any church announcements?
No church announcements. No church announcements. Maybe next time.
All right. Well, there's right there, you guys. So definitely go ahead and, like we say, share it out with 3 of your friends. Go ahead and tell Amazon, UPS, and FedEx to go ahead and subscribe to this channel while they're driving, making their runs and give you guys your gifts. Go ahead and have them tap into the show as well. And then 3 more things for you to do. I have 3 Instagram pages for you guys to go ahead and follow. Follow, of course, myself over on Instagram at JoyMonique_fitness. Deion Avril has his own page now, Trainwithdeion. So go ahead and get his more personal one-on-one content over there. And for everything Evolve Fitness, go ahead and follow the Evolve Fitness FLA page as well for all the tips, tricks, and everything you guys need to make your way through your wellness journeys. But as always, we enjoy you guys coming back to talk to us each and every week. Thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, the whole shebang. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.